In this segment, we are going to be going over the fuel system of the APU, some issues, and some troubleshooting with that. The fuel pump located in the front of the APU behind the lower front panel. We are going to want to disconnect the wiring going to the fuel pump. It is located behind the engine switch. I have made a weather pack connector so that we can add power to the fuel pump to make sure it is pumping. We then want to disconnect the fuel return line off of the fuel filter and put a bucket so that we can check to make sure that fuel is pumping through the system properly. As you can see, the fuel is pumping. There's no air bubbles, so we can move on to the next step. We want to check and make sure that we have power going to our fuel pump from the APU engine. Another weather pack connector here will be a good idea, as the only time there's power here is while the engine is cranking or running. After we have fixed any issues and we verify that our fuel pump is operational, we have fuel running through the system without any air in the system, and that we have power going to our fuel pump, our fuel system should be in good working order. In this segment, we are going to be going over some of the very basic electrical systems. We're going to be facing most of our focus on the control box here. As you can see, this is where most of the brain of the APU is located. We have our two main power wires that come in from our batteries, our positive and our negative here. We have our low power harness. We have our main high power harness. We have our hour meter / test points, or also known as the J3 plug. We have our fuses located throughout. We have our HMI controller, also known as our main APU controller, where we turn on our fans and everything. And then our dash mounted standby switch plug. When we turn on power to our APU, you will see a green light here begin to flash. After it goes through some system checks, another green light will begin to illuminate. If we have two green lights, it means that we have a normal system in our control box here. First thing that we want to test for is that we have 12 volt at our wires coming in from our batteries. We want to unplug our J3 plug and use our test points to make sure that we have 12 volt coming in on our center pins. One pin will be from our batteries, the other pin will be from the alternator. There are two different alarm icon colors that we can have. The first one here is an amber alarm icon, and it is a check alarm icon. We could also have a red shutdown alarm icon. If the red shutdown alarm icon is illuminated, it will also illuminate one of the other three related alarms, either ENG for engine related alarm, ALT for alternator or charging system, or ACS for air conditioning. In this segment, we are going to be going over how to connect a computer to our APU unit and going over some of the information that we can find from there. We're going to want to have our cord plugged into this port here and turn on our system. From there, we're going to want to plug in our cord to our computer, and we're going to want to find our Thermo King program and double click on this icon right here. After that, it will pull up this Thermo King website, and we are able to come in and find some of our basic information about this specific Thermo King APU. We'll be able to find our hours as well as our cooling hours and heat hours. It will give us some other information from this page as well. From the side taskbar, we have access to more information as well. We can go into our alarms and see our active alarms, as well as some of our past alarms. We can go into system monitoring and see some of our live data as the engine is running. We can go into programmable settings and see what settings have been set for this APU as well. We can even change some of these settings to go through for our run test if need be. If there is more information that you are wanting, if there is any other troubleshooting information that we can get for you, or if there is any other issues that you run into routinely that you would like more clarification on or videos on, please feel free to reach out and we will try to get those completed for you as quickly as possible. Thank you very much.